Greetings, gamers. Welcome back to Hoser House Rules. Today we're doing something a little different. I got a surprise for Tim. Say hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
I've been doing a lot of Napoleonics and ran some battles. Did a shot about figures and about terrain. Had a couple battles in there from the Napoleonic campaign. But today we're going into lockdown mode. Since we're in lockdown here in California, we are going to do, well, I am going to do my lockdown solo campaign. And more about that in just a minute. Fun fact for the day. Cheap beer. Very cheap beer. Back in the days when one used to go to Mexico, most good restaurants would not serve Corona. There are tons of really great quality Pilsners in Mexico, like Bohemia, Sol, Modelo, and most good restaurants did not have Corona available. Back in the days when one used to go to Mexico. Now, of course, one does not so much because it's a bit of a, well, you know. All right. So the solo lockdown campaign, I'm going to try to have the people that I'm playing with on Thursday nights. We're doing Dungeon Crawl Classics online. We talk in Discord and we use, what's the program?
Fantasy Grounds?
Fantasy Grounds. And it works pretty well. But I'm going to have the guys from the game be the kings of the countries that are in play in the campaign and have them make the choices as to what they're doing with their armies, attacking here, moving there, whatever. That'll be a lot more interesting than randomly rolling to see who's attacking who in this campaign. And surprise for Tim, this is not a Napoleonic campaign. Going with the genre of Dungeon Crawl Classics, this is going to be a fantasy campaign. What do you think of that, Tim?
Oh, nice.
All right. So I have my basic piece of paper with 12 squares on it. And this is going to be the blue area. Is going to be Normans, basically Normans, good guys. The red provinces are Saxons, bad guys. The green provinces are elves, good guys. And the black provinces are goblins, bad guys. So it's going to be like a DBA, Hordes of the Things campaign with lots of modifications, rules modifications, which we're going to talk about in a second. In the middle, we have two small independent neutral dwarven kingdoms. By neutral, I mean they basically distrust and dislike everybody. So we're going to do that starting after Thursday, and I'm going to try to solo film my solo gaming of the campaign battles that result from the moves of the armies that they make on Thursday. Without further ado, let's take it to the table and see what one of those fantasy battles looks like. See you at the table. Welcome back, gamers. Continuing with the lockdown solo, pseudo-solo fantasy campaign. We're going to do an example, sample battle to show you some of the house rules that I use. It's basically a DBA, Hordes of the Things game, but with lots of variations, lots of different rules. So the first different rule is every one of the 4 nations has a standard army. The standard army is 6 elements. The standard army for the Normans is 4 spears. This is the general with the flag, 1 bow, and 1 knights. The standard army for the Goblins is 4 war bands. This is the general. 2 light infantry count as 1 element, and war grinders. which are being run as cavalry or riders in hordes of things. They cannot move twice in a move. Light infantry for an extra movement point can move twice. We're doing 7 points against 7 points, so Tim rolled up and chose an extra group of archers, and I rolled up an extra warband. We got our Barker marker here, which is used to find zone of control. If you're in that box, you're in somebody's zone of control, and then your movement options are limited. We will also be using camps. We just have something random in the camp. The camp comes with camp followers. Their combat factor is 2, and they're +1 for being in the camp. So the first difference is completely different army list setup. We don't use 12 elements. We use 6 to maybe 9 or 10 elements, depending on the battle. So if you would take the troops off the board, we're going to roll for... okay, so the second difference is don't let one player put down the terrain and then let the other player pick where he's coming from. What we do is we roll for scouting, and the out-scouted side sets up first. And this is, you'll see in a second. All right, so we're going to roll for scouting. Just roll 1 die. I am +2 because I have the Warg Riders and the light infantry. I am like out-scouted by Tim, so I set up first, then he will set up. First, I set up terrain. Now, also, like I said, this is different than in DBA or HOTT. I'm going to randomly select 2 pieces of terrain, put them down one at a time. Then Tim's going to do it, then I'll set up my army, and he'll set up his army. 1, 2, 3 is a hill, 4 or 5 is a woods, 6 is a river, a stream, a fordable stream, or a built-up area. And you can only have up to 1 stream and up to 1 built-up area. And that can go anywhere on your half of the board, at least 3 inches in from any one of the sides. So I am rolling for my first piece of terrain, and I got a hill. So I'm going to take a hill and put it fairly far forward in my half of the map. And my second piece of terrain is another hill. So I'm going to take another hill and just kind of put it on the side here. Now Tim sets up his terrain.
My first roll is
a hill. All right.
I'll set it up sort of making a smiley face.
There you go.
And then my second piece is a woods, I believe.
That is a woods. So, you can put that in your half of the board.
Put it.
Yeah, as long as it's 3 inches in. It's a good idea to put it there. It kind of secures his right flank. Now I set up is up to 6 inches in, but at least 3 inches from the sides. So, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, and we also have camp, so we set up that up last. Another rule change is there are groups, more than 1 element in this game, but only up to 2. You can have 2 infantry. The cavalry mounted always move alone. You can have 2 foot in a group. So that wouldn't really be a group. This would be a group in DBA. I can move it for 1 point. But here, you can only have 2 elements in a group. I'm going to put some light infantry, but supporting this group. Light infantry supporting this group. And second warband supporting this group. And I have my Warg Riders on the flank. Lastly, I set up my camp anywhere on my base edge. I am going to put it just on this side. With my tent. And I'm just using a unit of bows, but it's actually camp followers. Okay.
Alright, I will set up 6 inches back a little bit. They will be supported by more spears.
And you camp.
And my knights, and then I will put my camp over the other side here.
All right, we're ready to go. Now, another difference is instead of taking turns on bounds, we roll for initiative each turn. One side can decide to go first or second. They shoot, they move, they do melees. So for example, if I went first, I would shoot, he would shoot, I would move, he would move, we would do melees. And there are follow-up charges to... So there's no pluses, and the commanders are equally bad. I have initiative, and I will let the Normans go first this turn.
So I assume I have no shooting. We'll roll for movement points. 2 movement points. 4-inch move for the spears.
4 inch for all foot, and 6 inches for all mounted. That's also a rules change.
And that will be my movement.
Okay, and for my movement, I have 1 movement point, which I am going to use to... So movement, you could pivot 360 degrees, an element or a group, move your distance, and then pivot again. But if you're charging, you can only pivot and move straight. I'm going to move this warband there. Another rules change is the attacker has 12 turns to win. So this is turn 1. And now we are going to turn 2, initiative. I have initiative, and I will let the Normans go first.
What's the range on shooting? 6 inches? 4 inches?
4 inches.
So no shooting. We'll roll for movement points. 3. So then we'll just rejoin the ranks.
So that's another difference. Our movement allowances are much greater than in DBA version 1 and 2, and Hordes of the Things, and much more aligned with DBA version 3.
And he's out of range at 6 inches?
Yeah.
So it'll be 2 movement points to move him.
Okay, turn 3.
No,
oh, my turn. Movement points. Sorry.
That's right.
I got 3 movement points. This is going to be 2. And I'm done. Okay. Turn 5. Initiative. You have initiative.
I will let you go first.
Movement points. Shooting. I have no shooting. Movement points. I have 4.
It's my turn 4.
Turn 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit high. Okay. 2 points here. And I think I'm going to try to go up and take the hill. And I am done. Turn 5.
No, my movement.
Huh?
My movement.
Oh, sorry. 4 movement points.
They can reach them.
Mm-hmm.
2.
So another difference is attacking and defending units do not conform to each other. They can stay at an angle. However, there are flank and rear attacks, but if you're being attacked by extra units, you're -1 for each extra unit attacking you. Or extra groups. Done?
Uh-huh.
2 melees?
No, they can't reach.
Just short. Okay. Okay. Turn 6?
No, that they can reach.
Oh, they can reach. We have 1 melee. All right, we have melee. So this is 4s for spears, combat factor. +1 for generals, 5. Supported is 6. I am a 3. Supported is 4. So 6 to 4. I got an 8. You have an 11. So they get pushed back 1 inch. All recoils are 1 inch. That's another difference. And he gets a quick kill. He can quick kill me on a 6. However, this group is now disordered. You can use any kind of marker you want. We're just using green dice. And he could follow up, charge. And because I am disordered, I'm -1. So you are a 6 and I am a 3 now. I got a 6.
An 8.
All right. Now his quick kill on this unit is a 5 or a 6. So the warband are killed. And the light infantry recoil disorder, but it's not going to matter because disorders go away at the end of each turn. And that is the end of the turn, I believe.
Yep.
All right. 6?
Turn 6 now, yeah.
Okay, turn 6. You have initiative.
I will go first. So shooting first.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4 inches, you said?
4 inches.
So I don't think I'm in range.
No.
Almost, but not yet. Movement points.
Wait, my shooting. That's okay. Hold on about that. Light infantry can only shoot 2 inches. Org riders can shoot 2 inches. These are in range, so 3 to 3. I'm sorry, 3 to 4. You're 4 versus mounted. That's a tie, so no problem. You're moving. You can keep that roll if you want now.
So I have 4 points. I think these guys are out of range. Yeah. So this would be 2.
Okay.
This would be
3.
3. Contracted.
Yes. So groups of 2 infantry can contract or expand without extra cost. The light infantry will try to evade. So the attacking unit goes up to where they are, and they roll to evade. Now, on a 1, they botch the evade, and they're destroyed. If it were against mounted, on a 1 or a 2, they would botch the evade and be destroyed. Okay, so they can evade half to full move. I'm going to go ahead and evade 2 inches. And that's your movement?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't attack them?
Nope.
Okay, movement points. I got tons. All right. So this is going to be 2. And they're going to be just short of the cap. They're in a zone of control, but they can move. Anyway, they're going to attack. So 3. They will attack here. Actually, I'll expand. And that's 4. And they get attacked. They recoil this turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's my movement, and you get to decide the order of combat.
We'll go this way.
4 to 3. Oops. Tie goes to the defender, so I get a quick kill of 6, and he recoils 1 inch.
Just 1?
Yeah, base depth, an inch, doesn't matter. So here we have Warband against bows, which is 3 to 3. Quick kill on 6. I guess you could follow up if you want.
Maybe 3.
Seems kind of weird.
3 to 2. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think those should be enough.
No. So this is 3 to 2. But we'll count the overlap, so it's 3 to 1. I got a 4.
I got a 6.
They fall back. Quick kill on a 6. All right. And this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am a 3. General is 4. Supporter is 5. 2, 5. Big money. Tie goes to the defender. Did I attack?
Mm-hmm.
6.
Yep.
And you can follow up.
Sure.
They're disordered now. So 4 to
4 to 4, yeah.
Yeah. I got a 5. You got a 7. Quick kill on a 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to go away, so they recoil again. Turn 7?
Mm-hmm.
Turn 7. Initiative. I'm going to go first. Usually when you're involved in melee, it's advantageous to move first, pin your enemy and such. Movement points.
Shooting first. Right?
I'm sorry. Shooting first. 2 to 3. Tight. And 3 to 3. Nothing there. Movement points. You just wanted to take away that big movement point roll, didn't you? Oh, and these guys can shoot 2 inches, so that they should only be an inch away. So 3 to 4. Shooting your, no problem. Movement points. 5, going first. They will attack the camp.
Okay.
That's 2 movement points. Three, attacking them here. But these guys are going to pivot and attack them in the flank. So 4. And there's no conforming, you just get attacked in the flank. I have 1 more movement point. And let's see. We'll go ahead and move up here. 5. Go ahead. Yeah, that's about the only thing you can move.
Charge. Can I expand here?
You can expand. You can expand or contract, and it does not cost a movement point.
Alright.
Alright. Melees in my direction. I'm attacking the camp first. It's a 3-3. And the camp is mine. I kill the camp followers. The troops go inside, and they start looting, and you're demoralized because they're taking all your money. So that counts as you losing 2 units.
Okay.
So you have 7 units, and you've lost 2. They need to roll a 5 or a 6 in the future to be able to leave because they're looting. Next attack is here in the flank. This is a 4, 5, 6. Minus 1 for the flank is 5. So 3, 2, 5. I got a 9.
Got a 7.
So because of the flank attack, 1 unit is destroyed, 1 unit recoils.
Just
away from them, yeah. Like that, And I will follow up immediately.
Okay.
And that was going to be a year disordered, so that's going to be a 3 to 4 for general. All right. They failed. Quick kill on a 6.
Nope.
And 4 to 5 minus 1 is 3 to 5. I have a 9. You have 7.
Quick kill.
Quick kill 5 or 6 for warbands against infantry. That's a unit lost. That one recoils. Disordered. And they will follow up. It is a 3 to 3 because you're disordered. I lose. Quick kill on a 6.
That was so close.
All right. 2 to 3. I got a 6. You got a 9. Okay. Quick kill on a 6. This would be 3 to 3, but you got overlap, so 2 to 3. I got a 6. You got a 5, right?
Yep.
So, quick kill on a 5 or 6, because of warband. You push back, disordered. I will follow up. And this is a 3 to 2. I only got a 4. You got a 6. Quick kill. And that's a quick kill on the warband. By bowmen, they shot them to little pieces. I have lost 2 units. You have lost 2 units.
Plus the camp.
You have lost, you have lost 4 units. But we need to do this, finish the turn. So 4 to 3.
8 to 4.
8 to 4, so that is doubled. So I have lost 3 units, but you have lost 4 units. So that is the game. He's only lost 2 units, but he's lost the camp. It counts as losing 4 units, which is more than half of 7. I have lost 3 out of 7. If we had both broken at the same time, it would be you have to lose half and more than the enemy. So that is the Goblins against the Normans, and hopefully you have some questions and comments. I love to interact, see what you're doing. That's our first sample battle. We will continue with more regular battles for the solo fantasy lockdown campaign. Keep gaming, gamers.